Hello, this is Neil from iPaintGirls.com, and I just dropped my water bottle. Not that that's important. Anyway, so I'm going to show today, hopefully, I'm going to motivate some of you guys and girls out there to become better artists and to continue and not give up, because I almost gave up several times. And actually, there was a long period of my life that I had pretty much given up on art. At least I gave up on my dream to be able to draw from my mind, to be able to do like comics and stuff. I really wanted to be able to do a comic book one day, and I had given up on that for a long time. And now I'm doing that comic book, End of All, which is on my website. I'm going to be linking to it soon. The link isn't up yet, but I have all the blog and everything ready, so it's all on my server. I just got to start posting the pages. Anyway, so here's something I did recently, and people that might have saw the video, it's called Let's Draw Jean Grey, Phoenix. And so I just want to show contrast real quick between my old work and new work. Right, so now I found this really old notebook from 1995, and some loose pages too from 1995. Back when I was a teen. I mean, look at that. That is ugly as hell, man. And that was from my mind. That was me. I had a vision, and that's what came out from my mind. Horrible. That was from my mind too, but that one actually came out okay. Sometimes, you know, certain things came out okay. Other times came out really ugly. I did a lot of weird faces and stuff back then. This is from a tattoo book, so it came out pretty good because I had a reference. Another one I had a reference for. So when I had references, you know, my work came out pretty good. When I didn't have references, my work came out horrible, as you can see here through some of these examples. That one came out okay because I had a tattoo reference. Anyway, so I'm going to flip through this, and as you see my old work here, that was a tattoo design. I'm going to talk about, you know, how to get better, how to motivate yourself, how to stay motivated. So basically, what I did is I didn't pay attention in art school. I didn't care about I didn't do the practices. I didn't do the, hey, let's draw basic shapes, and like, that's so retarded. I'm not going to draw circles and triangles and squares and, you know, try to make a figure out of it, whatever. And I'm not going to learn perspective. It's boring. You know, so I just continued drawing from my mind because I was good at that, and I actually produced some pretty good artwork when I drew from, not from my mind, excuse me, from reference. I produced pretty good artwork when I worked from reference, but I realized that I'm never going to be able to do a comic book that way, and I continued to try drawing from my mind, but I just couldn't. And I mean, some things I could draw from my mind, you know, like tattoo designs and stuff like that. I was a tattoo artist for quite a while. This one came out good because I had a reference, but the line work sucks. Like, it's really sketchy and stuff because I hadn't learned how to properly use a pencil and how to get nice clean work out of it. And so, you know, the shading and stuff is sloppy, and the line work is sloppy. That's something that, you know, you want to learn how to do. So what I recommend doing then is, first, you know, don't have my attitude that I had, because what I had to do is I had to go learn all that stuff all over again in my 20s. I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm going to go and learn all that stuff. And so I picked up a bunch of art books, picked up videos, started watching videos, started reading the books, and actually read them. Don't just flip through the pages, because when I first looked through a book, you know, I would just flip through the pages and think I'm going to learn some magical knowledge because I looked at a bunch of pictures in an art book. It doesn't work that way. You have to read all those paragraphs. Yes, there's a lot of reading, but you have to do it. There's a lot of information there that you need, and it'll help you understand what those images are representing. So take the time. I didn't draw that, some cousin did or something. Take the time to read the book and do the practices that it asks you to do, and you will get better. And practice every day. Draw like 20 minutes a day. And what I recommend doing, this is what helped me the most to grow as an artist, to get to the point where I can start drawing from my mind. When I actually started noticing a difference, this is what I was doing. And the more I did this, the more, and I still see a difference. I'm still getting better and better at drawing from my mind. So the more I did this exercise I'm about to tell you, the better I got at drawing from my mind. What I would do is I would first study whatever I would always be studying stuff. You know, studying the book, studying videos, that is anatomy, you know, studying the basic structure, how to build up a human body from basic shapes, and practice that. You know, start out by, you know, practice your shapes and start out, by drawing just a oval, whatever, and then like a neck, and then triangle, a circle. Maybe you want to start out kind of doing the rib cage type of skeletal thing. Kind of put like where the belly button's going to be. Just kind of start marking where everything's going to be at. Shoulder actually be wider. Let's say it's just kind of receding. Then practice where the breasts are going to go and everything. And this is just to start to get a handle on the shapes that go together and that make up the human form. And what will happen is, as you continue practicing this kind of stuff, you'll get better at proportions and stuff. This is just for proportions only. And that's why you start out with the stick figure and the basic shapes, and then after a while you get better and better where everything goes at the proportions and stuff. And then you can start working on muscle tones and stuff like that. So then you want to start studying muscles, what muscles go where, what they look like from different angles, do arm studies, leg studies, and stuff like that. So always do your studies. Don't ever stop. Do them every day if you can. That is, study a little bit every day on this kind of stuff. Go to my website, ipaintgirls.com, and study the different videos I have on drawing, proportions, and stuff like that. I'm going to start putting up some videos for, I still need to work on my other series, like I need to do more face expression videos. I plan to get back to those too, but I also want to do some videos on more advanced studies with like muscle structures and what muscles are important, where they go and stuff like that, what they look like from different angles. This is H.R. Giger. I was really into him when in my teens, so I was looking at the Necronomicon, all these works he had. H.R. Giger is really interesting. Weird art, but interesting art. He was the guy behind the alien design in the movie Aliens. And this is all from my mind. The proportions and all that are messed up, but the idea of how he did his artwork is kind of there. And so what you do then is this is the exercise you want to start doing while you're studying as well, and doing the exercises for the studies, is you want to get a live reference, whether it's from a magazine, like a photo, or whether it's from another artist. You can also practice by drawing how other people draw. Take your favorite comic book or something, but do the cover art, because you want to get good at drawing good, because the art inside the comic is not as good because it has to be done quickly. And so then what you do is you draw that and use the knowledge you're learning. Start out, even though you're looking at it, don't try to draw perfectly from the get-go. Don't just go in and start drawing the eyes and nose and work your way around. Start out by laying out the form, draw the circle here, proportions, arms, hands, where everything goes, and then start drawing in some details, and then draw the cross of the face and draw the eyes and start going in. Draw it mechanically based on the knowledge in the books. Use my perfect square method for drawing perfect faces. It's guaranteed, if you follow it, to draw a pretty face every single time. And what will happen, the more you do draw faces like that, the better you'll get. And then you'll start making shortcuts. You'll start skipping parts and skipping certain things, and you'll get better and better. And the next thing you know, you're just drawing it just like that without using any of the mechanical stuff, because it's all in your brain. It all sunk in over time. And so do that. So anyway, when you're drawing from a magazine, whatever, use the mechanics of doing the stick figure and putting the three-dimensional shapes on top of that, the cylinders and stuff, and whatever technique it is that you end up learning. And then, draw the cross of the face and draw everything where it needs to be. After you have that, a good drawing from a reference, like this was from a reference, also continue practicing, work on your line work. The line work here is sloppy because I didn't know anything about that back then. So study that as well, and then try drawing it from your mind like 2 hours later. The exact same thing. Now draw it from your mind and see how well you do. No one else is going to see it, man. Don't worry about it. Just throw it away if you don't like it. It's no big deal. Just do it, though. Do the best you can and keep doing that exercise. Do something from real life and then draw the exact same thing again like an hour to 2 hours later from your mind. And if you continue studying and you do what it says, you start from a skeletal figure and just get the proportions right and work up from there. Don't try to just start drawing. I'm going to start drawing her face and her glasses and work my way down. Don't do that. You're not a robot. So put everything in there, draw it, and continue going back and forth between real life and then drawing it 2 hours later, real life, draw it 2 hours later, and you'll notice you'll get better and better at drawing from your mind. And then eventually you'll go to like draw a face from your mind without ever drawing it from a real thing first, and it'll come out good. So that's my recommendation. Thank you for watching. Please visit the website.